You're listening to the Science of CX. My name is Steve Pappas. I'm known for my relentless pursuit of all things customer. Across my career, and also in my 6 startups, I've had to learn how to make decisions in business that customers really respond to. Let's spend some time together and help your business soar, grow, and accelerate. Thank you for joining us on this episode. We're titling it, Falling in Love with a Brand. In honor of Valentine's Day, I thought I'd take a little different tactic with our podcast today. And it got me thinking about falling in love with a brand. You know, it's really not that far away from meeting someone and figuring out all of the techniques and reasons to fall in love. So I thought I'd go back and really look at all of the steps of falling in love. You can use your imagination and also add in how you fall in love with a brand. So there's really 10 steps of falling in love. And I'm going to go through all these 10 steps fairly quickly, but you'll be able to see the parallels between why we fall in love with our significant other and why we fall in love with brands. So let's go. The first one is compatibility. You've got to be compatible. You've got to make sure that this particular brand is going to be the brand that you want to work with, that you want to use their products, that you're going to feel comfortable with. So the first one is compatibility. Number 2 is dating, testing the waters. So how do we date brands? Well, we use their products. We trial their products. We see whether or not it's going to be the product for us. See the parallel that's running here around dating. Number 3, an important aspect is listening. Now, you could say that our significant other listens to us and we listen to them, but if you're thinking about a brand, the brand has to be listening to you, and you've got to listen to what it's saying. Some of it's advertising, some of it's marketing, some of it's sales, but you've got to really be listening to what it does, what it doesn't do, how it's going to work, things along that line. But the same respect is they've got to be listening to you. Are you providing the right feedback, the right type of information that they need to continuously be better serving you? Number 4, check the boxes. So here's the point in the relationship, let's call it, where we're starting to think about the pros and the cons, and we're starting to think about the features and the benefits, the characteristics, the positives, the negatives. Do they check the boxes for us? Number 5, a reciprocal liking. Do we feel like they like us as a customer? Do we like them as a brand? This is kind of like back at school when your best friend came up to your locker when you're getting your books and said, "Did you know that I heard so-and-so said they liked you?" Well, it was a little different now, but you got to feel like they really do like you as a customer and you like them as a brand. It's a two-way street. Number 6, let's think about the environment, right? So if you're falling in love with someone, sometimes environment plays a very big part in it. But environment, in the case of falling in love with a brand, can be all of the other things surrounding the brand. It's cachet. It's the right thing of the day. It's a trend, or it's the long term. It's the comfortable one. It's the thing that feels like I'm going to have this for a long time. Number 7, we start looking for specific cues. While it's easy to define the cues in falling in love with a person, specific cues when it comes to brands are the little things. How do they treat you? Do you feel special? Do they really make you feel like you're the only customer at that point? Number 8, being ready and open to the relationship. Well, number 8 kind of brings us a little further down the buyer path, if you will, because at some point, you make this decision that, I'm open to changing. I'm open to something new. Maybe you're switching brands. Maybe you've been loyal to a particular brand, but they're not staying loyal to you. So are you ready and open for a newer long-term relationship? Number 9 is a very important one, and that's feeling special. Number 9, I really concentrate on because a brand really needs to make you, the customer, feel special. They have to do all of the right things. They have to be there when you want them to be. They have to be accessible wherever you want them, whether it's on social media, online, on your mobile device. They have to make you feel like you could turn to them at any point and they're going to be there for you. That's that warm feeling of feeling special. And number 10, another very important one is it's the small stuff that makes the difference. We're not asking a lot of our brands. We ask for them to produce a great product, to have it at the right price, to have the inventory close enough that we can get it when we need it. But it's the small stuff. When we have a problem, when we're not feeling right, do they help us then? When you pick up the phone or you're online and you're saying something isn't working right, are they there for you? Do they help you when you need them? Every time you notice the small stuff, it seems to just enhance the relationship. And the small stuff really is what makes the difference. So now looking back at how falling in love with a person really does parallel falling in love with a brand. You saw the 10 steps. And those 10 steps I actually took from how we fall in love. What are the steps and the things that we look for and the cues along the way? Those 10 steps really are about relationships. But it really got me thinking that those types of relationships are like when we fall in love with a brand. It's that important to us to really like the brand, the product that has the products that we use every day. That's a very important piece. So I guess we can really say it really is like falling in love. We want to be raving fanatics about a particular product. We don't want to say, yeah, it was fine. We don't want to tell our friends and our family that it was okay. We want to say how great it was. We are always looking for that feeling. It's a very euphoric kind of a feeling, but it's a feeling nonetheless that we all want, we all need. We want our brands to have that long-term vision. We don't go with brands that we think are going to be here today and gone tomorrow. We go with brands that we could say, gee, when I need another one, I know where to go. And it could be years down the road. You might not need another product from them for a while. So it really could be a long-term or a customer lifetime relationship between you and the brand. So in looking at it from your business perspective, it starts to make you think about all the decisions that you make, how you interact with your clients and your customers, when they're prospects just walking in or picking up the phone or on your site. You want to think about, how do I help them fall in love with my brand and build a long-term relationship? Because that's really where the win-win comes from. It's not from that initial sale. It's from the long-term relationship. That's the way to look at it, and that's the key here. So I hope you all have a great Valentine's Day with your significant other, and also start to think about, what are the brands that you've fallen in love with over the years? Is it Amazon or Zappos? Is it Tesla? What are the brands that you've fallen in love with? Is it your car, your TV, your phone? Is it furniture, or is it something else? I'm wishing you a great Valentine's Day, and we'll see you on the next episode. And by the way, this is part of a series. Since I started down this path on falling in love with a brand, the next installment's going to be the 7 keys to a great relationship and business experience. After that, we're going to go a little bit darker, and we're going to talk about the top 10 reasons people break up with their vendor. And lastly, of course, I wouldn't make the full circle here if I didn't say how to rekindle your brand love. So how do you win back the brand? Thank you for listening. You've been listening to the Science of CX. My name is Steve Pappas. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode. And if you have, the highest compliment that you can give us is to subscribe, rate, and review the Science of CX. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next episode.